It was a cloudy day at Dragonvale Academy. Nathaniel was doing his work in the office as usual. Nancy then walked in the office, carrying a bunch of paperwork. Some of the teachers bought some paperwork for you to do, Nancy said as she put the paperwork on Nathaniel's desk. What is this all about? Nathaniel asked. Just about the agreements to open up new programs. Just to make the school even bigger, Nancy replied. As in building, like even adding some classrooms on the first level. Full. Well, ideas will work. I guess we could use more classrooms. Rooms, Nathaniel thought. That's it. The more programs and the classes we offer, the more people will attract attention. This is gonna be great. Nathaniel and Nancy were writing down ideas for what the school can be done to open to, and they both loved the ideas they came up with. But that will mean that we'll have to go into the village not far from the school. And we'll have to go in the village for this to talk to the mayor about these ideas, Nancy replied as Nathaniel nodded. I'll hire the caretaker to look after this office, and that way we can go into town tomorrow, Nathaniel said. The next day, Nathaniel and Nancy let everyone know, including Celeste and her friends, that she and Nancy will be going into the village, just to have another meeting, and the caretaker will look after the office while they're gone. Meanwhile, outside, Celeste and Lydia were playing catch with Lambert as Celeste threw the ball in the forest and Lambert chased after it. As Lambert stumbled with the ball in his mouth, he turned to return the ball. Lambert, you're such a silly lion cub, Celeste chuckled as she, Lambert, and Celeste and Lydia suddenly laughed as it started to rain. It's starting to rain, Celeste said as she and Lydia felt light raindrops on their clothes. It's just a bit of rain, it's not too hard, Lydia replied. As Lambert began to play in the rain, there were no mud puddles, so the lion cub didn't get dirty. Someone likes the rain, I see, Celeste laughed while Lambert was jumping over the puddles. Suddenly, a rumble of thunder was heard. Ah! Lydia screamed as she was startled by thunder. Lydia, it's okay, it's just thunder, Celeste replied when the roar of thunder sounded again. Celeste, I hear thunder, and I know what that means, Lydia began. She was hiding behind Celeste. When thunder roars, we go indoors. Celeste picked up the lion cub as she and the rain started to pour harder. It's starting to rain harder now. We better get inside, Celeste said as she and Lydia saw a flash of lightning in the sky. And lightning too! Lydia freaked out again. It's not safe to be outside during a thunderstorm because you can get struck by lightning. The girls and Lambert quickly ran inside the school. Since the girls' clothes were soaked from the rain, they saw Mustavio with the caretaker. Hello, girls. It sure is rain outside, isn't it? Mustavio asked. Yep, and Lydia and I got soaked in the rain, Celeste replied. We'll be heading upstairs and get into dry clothes. Before you girls go, here's a postcard and package for Miss Lydia, Mustavio said as he handed Lydia a postcard and a package to her. Thanks, Mustavio. Come on, Celeste. Let's go upstairs and change so we can have a look at this, Lydia said to her best friend as the girls and Lambert headed upstairs to the Guardians' Hall. When they got there, they heard a rumble of thunder. What's the matter? A bit afraid of the storm? The first Guardian asked. It's just Lydia, Guardians. She's a little afraid of storms, Celeste replied. I see. Well, I'm sure the storm will be over soon, the first Guardian said, as Celeste, Lambert, and Lydia headed towards the teleport pad, and the girls were on the second floor. The girls headed down towards Celeste's room, where they changed out from their clothes, wet ones, into dry ones. As soon as they were settled down, a flash of light appeared in the sky for a brief second, followed by a rumble of thunder. Lydia jumped on Celeste's bed in fear, and she lifted the covers over herself. Well, Lambert, that was a big flash of lightning, wasn't it? Celeste asked as the lion cub meowed. Celeste then even grabbed a towel and dried off the lion cub's fur. There, all dry now. I'm so scared of the storm outside, Lydia said in fear. Poor Lydia. She's been scared of thunderstorms ever since she was little. Celeste felt sorry for Lydia. She sat beside her on the bed. It's okay, Lydia. It's only a thunderstorm. As long as we're inside, the storm can't hurt us, Celeste reassured her best friend. But Lydia was still afraid. I know, Celeste, but I've always been scared of thunderstorms, Lydia replied while still under the covers. It's been like that ever since I was a kid, Lydia added as another loud of thunder roared, followed by a flash of lightning that freaked Lydia out again. You know, Lydia, I would call you chicken for fun when you chickened out at something, Celeste began. But I'm not going to this time. I could see that you're scared of thunderstorms. I just wish the storm would end, Lydia replied as she felt afraid of the storm going outside. Then Celeste remembered something. It was what her mother used to do when she was scared of thunderstorms. I remember something my mother used to comfort me during thunderstorms when I was little. She would read me and Lydia stories, just to keep our minds off the storm, Celeste said, as she looked at Lampert. Lampert, why don't you go and grab me and Lydia some cookies from the kitchen? Celeste instructed as the lion cub nodded and left Celeste's bedroom. I just wish the storm was over, Lydia said. Celeste got up and then went to her bookshelf, and Celeste looked at the books and around the right where she wanted. Well, I know, Lydia. The storm will be over eventually, Celeste began. Why not I read you a story? It'll keep your mind off the thunder. Celeste picked out a book and then sat down beside Lydia, comforting her best friend. You know, my mother did tell us a story about a boy who was scared of thunderstorms. There was? Lydia asked, trying to remember the story Celeste's mother told from when the girls were younger. Yep, and this is a story about a boy who got over his fear, Celeste replied. She opened up the book and began to read Lydia's story. It was around 75 years ago, during the time when thunderstorms were more active. It was during the summertime, and there was a young boy who was around 9 years old. His name was Noah, and he played with kids around his age. He had a mother and father like most families do, and even had a little sister who was 5. Noah liked to do a lot of things, like hiking, running, jumping, and even liked to go exploring. But one day, as Noah was exploring the village with his friends, there was a loud boom of thunder, so Noah and his friends ran all the way to Noah's house. Noah, however, ran the fastest out of all of his friends. As he soon got inside of Noah's house, Noah hid under the table. He was scared of storms, and he never liked the thunder or the lightning either. His friends all wondered where Noah went, so they went to the kitchen. Noah's mother was making supper for Noah and his friends when she looked to see that Noah's friends were inside. Boys, where's Noah? Noah's mother asked. Then she looked under the tablecloth and saw Noah hiding. Noah, why are you hiding under the table? I'm scared of storms, Mother. It's very loud and scary, Noah replied as his friends crouched down to his level. Don't be scared, Noah. It's only a storm, his mother said. She took a hold of Noah in her arms. Everyone feels scared of something, and I understand that the thunder can be scary. Then Noah's mother had an idea. I think I just know how to keep you calm. We'll read a story. A story? Noah asked. How good would that do? Well, a story or doing something we love doing will keep your mind off of the thunder, Noah's mother replied. She then walked into the living room with Noah and his friends. This will calm you all down, and I'm sure Noah will feel a lot better after the storm. Noah's mother gathered the children around the chair in a circle, and the children all listened to the story. As they were listening to the story, everyone all forgot about the thunderstorm outside. After the storm was finished, Noah and his friends all forgot about the storm, as it had stopped raining. Noah and his friends then went outside and played in the puddles in their village. Celeste then finished reading the story as Lampert, Lydia, and herself ate the snacks that Lampert had brought from the kitchen. That was a great story, Celeste, and these are great snacks, Lydia said as she ate another cookie. Are you still scared of the thunderstorm, Lydia? Celeste asked. Not really, Celeste. In fact, the thunderstorm doesn't seem to sound scary anymore, Lydia replied. Well, maybe a little, but I feel a lot better. That's good, Lydia, Celeste said. Then the girls and Lampert looked outside through the bedroom window. The rain had stopped and the sun came out. The rain stopped and the sun is out. How that's wonderful. I'm glad we got to go through the storm together, Lydia replied, as Celeste went to her desk and handed Lydia her package and postcard. Lydia, you almost forgot about this package and postcard. Celeste handed Lydia her mail. Oh, I almost forgot about that. It was because my mind was on the storm, Lydia said, taking the postcard in her hands. It's from Lila. Let's see, what does she have to say? Lydia began to read the letter. It says, Dear Lydia, I'm writing to you because we had a lot of rain where I am. To be honest, we got a lot of rain and it almost flooded everything. It almost drowned the crops in our village, but we're doing okay as it happened last week. So I am sending you something to keep your feet dry from the rain. If you ever get rain in Dragonville, that is, if this will keep your feet nice and dry. Love ya, love, Lila. I wonder what she sent you, Celeste wondered as Lydia opened her package. She got a pair of rain boots from her cousin. Rain boots? My cousin sent me a pair of rain boots, Lydia replied. I gotta try them on. I sure hope they fit. Lydia tried on the rain boots that she got from Lila, and they fit her on her feet perfectly. They fit very well, not too loose or too tight, but just right. That's great. You should write Lila a thank you letter to thank her. Celeste said. I will do that, Celeste. Want to go outside so I can splash in the puddles? Lydia asked. Celeste jumped under a pair of rain boots as Lambert jumped into Lydia's arms. Of course, Lambert, you can join in, Lydia said while petting the lion cub. You bet, Lydia. Race you outside, Celeste said as she ran off. Lydia and Lambert followed Celeste as well, and when the girls and Lambert got outside, they were all jumping on and over the rain puddles. They were having a great time that Lydia got to splash in all the puddles that they have found.